I have Eyelid Purple from Bountiful Baby. That's for putting the little veins on the eyes. Then I use this a lot, their Lip Blush Nail Premix color. It's really nice for blushing. It's already mixed up for you, so you don't have to mix up your own. Same as their creases. I really like their creases colors because I don't like when people do their creases too red or too pink. I don't think it looks natural. They're supposed to just be shaded like a shadow, and this kind of gives that effect. Got Genesis Yellow, Phthalo Blue 02. Earth Mint is good for if you have a really pink kit that you need to neutralize that color vinyl before painting anything, not before flesh layers or anything. So this is from Bountiful Baby, and that helps get rid of that. I also have Genesis Red, Pyro Red 08, which I just bought from Cassie Peaked, so I can follow her tutorial. I've got the Vein Blue, Burnt Umber Light. Baby Skin is Bountiful Baby's mix of Flesh 08, but I actually like Flesh 08 better. This is a little bit darker. I got Flesh 06, more Flesh 05. I don't know how exactly I ended up with two Flesh 05s. Flesh 03, 02, Carbon Black, Brow Blonde, and Brow Brown. So any of the bigger jars you see are from Bountiful Baby. The tiny jars are from Hunnybuns Reborn Supply. I also have this heat gun, which I had got as an alternative to baking, but I pretty much only use it when I've done painting on a small spot, like the eyebrows, the lips, the nails. But otherwise, I just stick my whole kit in the oven. And you bake at 265 degrees Fahrenheit for 8 minutes. Excuse me. And what I've just started doing now with the tutorial that I've been following is I bake it for 4 minutes, and then I flip the doll parts over and bake again for another 4 minutes. So that's these supplies here, and this is my setup. Like, I have this little TV table here to put my parts on, and I've got this stuff to paint, and I have a little folding chair. Now let's look at the rest of the supplies. Okay, so the rest of the supplies I have, now these are my tweezers. I use these when I'm rooting to pull. If I get more than one hair in a plug, I pluck it out. But I just ordered some new tweezers for me that are more fine point, so it'll be easier to pull out. These are just regular tweezers. I don't like them so much, so I got some new ones. I have these cable tie cutters, so when I finish my doll and put it together with the cable ties, I can cut them. I got this at MacPherson's. Here's that Winsor & Newton brush cleaner and restorer. This is great for stripping paint off of kits, which I've done a couple times where I've done a few layers on a kit and I don't like how it's looking and I want to start over, so I strip it down. I also bought this LDC aroma oil. It's all oily. It's a baby powder oil that I sometimes put in the glass beads. Here's my rooting needles. It's hard to see them in the container, but I've got 40 gauge crown needles and 38 crown needles. I started out rooting with 38, but now that I'm getting a little bit better, I decided to move up to the 40 gauge, and the higher the number, the finer the needle point, so it leaves a smaller hole in the head. Oh yes, I forgot you didn't see my drying rack, which I had a doll on already. I have 2 drying racks, and so I bought this again at MacPherson's, and you just put them in there, and you can stand your parts on there so that they can dry, because you have to let all the thinner dry off really well before you bake it. Here is the Mona Lisa odorless paint thinner. Here is Gem Tack, which is what I use to seal the hair inside the head. And of course, like I said, I got more ramekins. Q-tips. What else? This is my little box where I keep eyelashes and eyeballs and baby bracelets and the strong earth magnets that are needed to make magnetic bows and pacifiers. Okay, here's my other drawer of goodies. More sea sponges, cable ties. I like using these thin ones from Bountiful Baby, or wherever you order your cable ties from. I prefer getting thin ones. These are a bit more thicker. A friend gave me when I started out, but I don't really use them because I think they're too thick. More sponges, because you go through a lot of those. Here's the remainder. I ordered 2 ounces of hair for my toddler doll. This is mohair, and it ended up that it was only 1 ounce needed for her, so I have this extra hair now to use on another baby. I also have ordered from MacPherson's Ultimate Premium Mohair. It's a pretty nice mohair. I find that the dark brown that looks almost black is a little bit frizzy and coarse, but some of these blondes end up being really nice and soft. So I've got pale blonde, and I've got corn silk blonde. Also, you want to have a lot of knee-highs. I use those to put the glass beads in to weight the body and the head. And then this is a little X-Acto knife kit. I don't know why I bought such a big kit. I probably only needed just one X-Acto knife, but I use that to open the eye sockets inside the head so I can insert the eyes. More, whoops, they fall out. More rooting needles. These ones are uncut. I usually buy the cut ones so that I can put them in my Bountiful Baby rooting tool, but I think I'm going to get a new tool that will also take uncut needles, because it's hard to find cut needles. Already cut, pre-cut needles. Bountiful Baby always carries pre-cut needles, but their shipping is very expensive when you live, especially when you live in Canada. So that's that. More gem tack, more hair, and that's pretty much it for that. You will also need a cookie sheet lined with a clean towel, because you do not put vinyl directly onto this plate because it would heat up and melt the vinyl. You got to put it on a cloth. Now this is a round pizza tray, and I can usually fit a small kit such as that on the whole tray, but when I did a toddler I had to use a really big cookie sheet to fit it on that. You also really want a good oven thermometer, because you've got to make sure that you have the right temperature, because if it's too much it could melt your vinyl, and if it's not heated enough, then the paint won't stick, it won't cure. Thing is, I've got little scissors. I use those for trimming the hair and styling the hair after I've rooted. I also have bought this Angel's Touch Nursery mohair conditioner, but you know, it's pretty expensive for the small amount you get. So what I have now is I've bought just a big bottle of Kids Detangler, and I've gone and put that into this bottle mixed with a little bit of water. So it's like half water and half of that detangler spray, so it's going to make it go a lot further. You've got, of course, a baby brush and a baby comb, which is not in here at the moment. I've got a razor comb for doing cutting, but I actually like to use a razor sometimes to actually cut the hair, and it's hard for me to explain how to do that unless I show you. But and oh, there are some extra rooting needles here, which I think are 38 gauge. Also, the newest thing I learned from the Cassie Pete tutorial is while you're rooting, you can dip a little kid's toothbrush in water to just wet down the hair that you've already rooted so that you can see if it's starting to take the shape that you want. And it really helps to get the hair lay flat against the head. It works really, really well. And because it's small, if you just have a small section rooted, you can just swish it. And I even like to use it now on my finished Buggy Brown kit, because the way her hair is very baby fine, this actually really helps to get her hair styled nicely. I prefer that over a big baby brush. So yeah, and then I have Oxy Acne Cream, which is good if you get ink on any of your dolls, whether it be Ashton Drake, Reborns, any kind of vinyl dolls. You just put this cream on, you leave it for about a week, and then you wash it off with a mild soap on a damp cloth, and usually by then the spot will be gone, or it will at least have faded significantly. And if it's still not totally gone, then you do it again for another week, and then it should be gone. It's worked for me lots of times. So anyways, guys, that's it. Of course, I've got diapers, and I've got, you know, lots of pacifiers to make magnetic pacifiers. And of course, you can't forget the main part is the doll kits, which I've got like tons right now in this drawer. But yeah, so, you know, and whenever I see these brush sets on sale at a good price, I pick them up so I can always include a brush with my dolls, and same as onesies and blankets. Each doll I give always comes with a blanket, a onesie, a brush, a pacifier, whether it be magnetic or poster putty pacifier. Sometimes they'll come with the fake milk bottle, and they always come with a birth certificate, and a diaper. Usually wearing a diaper, and come home with an extra diaper as well. So that's my supplies, guys, and in the description I will put links to the websites that I usually buy supplies on. Just keep in mind for Canadians that Bountiful Baby is very expensive shipping. They have dropped it down a little bit for Canadians, but you have to spend a minimum of $40 to even be able to order from Bountiful Baby now. And the shipping has probably dropped by maybe like 10 bucks. But I still say it's pretty expensive shipping. And like I said, you have to spend at least $40 to even be able to order from them now. So just keep that in mind, Canadians. And yeah, so that's it, guys, for my supplies. Bye. See you in the next video.